What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to give you guys a very quick update on what's going on with SPY, Tesla, and a couple of other tickers. But let me first say that I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. Put in $1,000 and you're guaranteed 15 free stocks. Anyways, when it comes to the market, we got this big rejection off this 518 area. I told you guys to watch this as resistance. I told you that there is a risk of SPY rejecting here as this was a very, very tough level. And that's what ended up happening. We came all the way down, not just about 515, but we lost 515 and continued to sink down to 512. So if we lose 512 either today or in the next couple of days, 510 is coming next. If we try to break out, 515 is going to be the next major resistance. To me, the chart looks bearish. If you just look at it, very bearish looking daily time frame on Nvidia. Same thing on SPY. SPY also has this big gap to fill in the 497 area. So I think a pullback is finally coming. We could get a little rebound by Monday just to grab liquidity again, but then it's going to be very small, I think, and we're going to just continue to sell off. I think that that's going to be the case for a new downtrend. I think that SPY will likely slow down more. So with this big bar that's forming, this is building momentum for a bigger drop to the downside. Look for this thing to potentially try to rebound a bit, then continue to sink. I'm going to be watching to see how well this ends up performing. But with that being said, guys, I just want to give you guys a warning, at least from SPY's end, that there is a risk of more downside. I think it might continue to sell off eventually to 508. Could rebound a bit more, then continue to sink down there, and that may take a couple of days, but I see that coming. For the QQQ, Nvidia is leading this down, and this is looking very weak. So the QQQ got a big rejection off 448. I called this level out as well. I told you to watch out right there. That's some tight resistance. And we ended up just breaking through all of these support zones very, very quickly. And we're showing a lot of weakness on the chart. So big rejection off 448 came all the way down towards 442, and we ended up losing support. And now we're approaching, in my opinion, 440 as we've lost that. 438 is coming next. We could rebound a little bit by Monday, then continue sinking. But here's the thing about the QQQ I want to call out. The QQQ has this giant gap on the daily all the way down to 4. This is like 425. We're going to likely come down to 425 over the next couple of weeks. I think that we might retest 436, rebound a bit, and then continue to sink. I think this gap will get filled in the next couple of weeks for another downtrend. On top of this, what else is helping this thing sell off is Nvidia. The daily is looking bearish now. This is a very, very big rejection of 974, and this thing is just sinking like a rock. We're back in the 800s. It's a crazy drop on Nvidia, and we're going to break down how this is looking. So Nvidia is currently down about 5%. That's a pretty big drop. And when it comes to these levels, we're going to be watching our resistance at 885. If that breaks, watch 892 and then 900. For support, watch 872. If we lose this, a bigger drop could be coming towards this gap fill all the way down to 857 over the next day or so. So there is a risk of downside on Nvidia. It's looking relatively weak to me. That's it for the main three. Let's go over Tesla and Apple before I talk about a few minor ones. Tesla looking pretty weak. Got this big rejection from 183, excuse me, all the way down to 175. It's barely holding up. There's a risk of this coming down lower. If we lose 175, watch 172 and eventually 170. Looking pretty weak to me. We have resistance right now at 177 to 177.6. Tesla has been shuffling, but be careful, especially when new news comes out, especially on Sunday. Lots of news for Tesla tends to come out, excuse me, on Sundays. So going into next week, it's going to affect Tesla, and there's going to be a risk of more downside. And then Apple, of all things, and this is so ironic because now Apple's trying to pump despite the market coming down. Apple got all the way up to 172. We also happen to have this gap to fill up to about 174. But we're going to be watching this yellow trend line of resistance. This is the historical resistance on Apple, which is going to be acting as a big resistance area. So I think we could be pushing for 172.5, maybe a little higher towards where this yellow trend line happens to be. We'll see if this could break or not, but watch this resistance. We could push a little bit, then reject, or we could reject from here. So watch for that very, very carefully. On top of that, guys, that's it for the main 5 I typically go over. A lot of stocks are showing weakness now, and I think that this is going to make its way throughout the entire market. ARM is down, super micro, exactly as I predicted, guys. I told you it might reject in my earlier video. We're approaching 1100. If we lose this, we could be looking for 1000. We also have this gap to fill down at 900. So look for a little rejection. Russell 2000 starting to reject a bit. Bearish looking daily candlestick. If we continue to sink, we could continue to drop towards 205, excuse me, 205 then 202. Microsoft, big rejection off 410. Tried to get that breakout, ended up failing. Now we have this gap to fill, and we could be approaching our 50 EMA on the daily. Amazon, Meta, these things tried to push today. Now they're rejecting. The whole market is coming down with some exceptions, such as Coinbase, because of other pieces of news. And also, we also have like a couple of others holding up, like SoFi and Aapl. But besides those, a lot of big tech stocks are slowing down. Tesla's slowing down. SPY and the QQQ are slowing down. And I think a new downtrend should be starting very soon, in my opinion. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thank you for listening. I want to make this nice, quick, short, and simple. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys very soon after the market closes. Thank you, and peace out.